From New York, where everybody loves a clown and a crisp white wine, it's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, Carl Reiner, singer Patti LaBelle, a look at the fall season, and new gift items. And now, a night without armor in a savage land, David Letterman.
That's kind. I certainly appreciate that. Welcome to the show. My name is David Letterman. For those of you who may be first-time home viewers to this program, let me just explain a couple of things. We come to you nightly from New York, New York, which is the East Coast headquarters of the NBC television network, something of which we're quite proud. But I have to say, it's very peculiar here. And I don't know if it's the pressure of the new fall season or what exactly, but I'm riding down in the elevator today with a man I know to be a high-paid, high-level network executive, and we're making small talk, and because, of course, he is an executive. And I said to him, I said, "Oh, excuse me." I said, "Your fly is open." And he looked at me with a smile on his face, and he said, "Yes, I know." So it's very strange. This was sad news for Elizabeth Taylor. Did you read about this? Now, she apparently has decided to end her engagement to, is he Mexican businessman Victor Luna? Is he from Mexico? Okay, Mexican businessman Victor Luna. She gave back the 16.5-carat ring, and apparently she just doesn't feel as strongly about him as she did her other 6 husbands, so... special something was apparently missing there. Well, what is today's date, Paul? We get a good show tonight, and today's date is what?
Today is the 12th.
The 12th. And that means something special, doesn't it?
Something very special around here at NBC.
Tell the folks what it means, Paul.
Well, it is the anniversary of the first day that the Monkees first hit the air. Right here at NBC. And we're kind of thrilled about it.
What year was that?
That was it 66, I think.
66?
Yeah.
A man in the audience confirms that.
Yes. And
how long have you had your Monkees shirt?
This shirt, since somewhere in the late 50s, I think.
All right. On this program tonight, Carl Reiner will be joining us in a few minutes also. It's hot in here, isn't it? Does it seem hot to you folks? No. Oh, good. I thought I had an excuse there for a minute, but apparently everything's just fine. Patti LaBelle is also here. She's going to sing with our band. And we have a quiz on the upcoming fall television season. At this point, I'll just step back a couple of inches and say hello to Paul again. Hi, Paul. Nice to see you again.
Oh, lovely to see you,
Yeah,
David.
Nice to see you again,
Oh,
sir.
look, they're moving a table.
Yeah.
How fabulous. That must mean something terrific is about to happen.
The men from Beacons are here. Well, it happens every autumn. You come home from a vacation with a pocket full of extra money and no idea of what to spend it on. Why not do what I do? Use that surplus cash. Use that surplus cash to... Why not do what I do? Use that surplus cash to get someone to do your talking for you. No, no, no. You take that money and you shower your closest friends with expensive gifts. Tonight, we have assembled a few brand new gift items to help you spend that money in style. Well, Parents of young children will appreciate this new home decorating innovation that puts safety first. Here it is right here. It's this handsome wallpaper printed with an electrical outlet pattern, just like this. This way, curious toddlers spend hours poking at it, usually getting tired long before they find a real outlet. And not a minute too soon. Oh, this is nice. Here's an educational toy for school or home use. This is the Visible Earwig Farm. Yes? It lets you watch the insect world's most frightening parasite in its natural habitat, your ear canal and brain. Hours of fascinating fun. Ooh, that is a little grim, isn't it? Well, I'm sorry you had to see that. Well, it's an age-old dilemma. Eat your peas one by one, and it takes hours. Herd them together with your knife, and you look like a slob. Well, the modern solution, it's the pea fork. It's quick, it's efficient, it's as elegant as a camel hair coat. It's the pea fork. Anyone who pays attention to fashion magazines knows a person is at their loveliest being caressed by balmy breezes. Now, you can be that sensuous 24 hours a day with this new pin-on collar fan in a corsage. Okay, very nice. Thank you very much. Certainly looked lovely. Thank you so much. Would you care for some peas? We have a few leftovers. Here's a common bedtime problem. Somebody in your family snores so loudly, you want to spot weld their mouth shut. Well, at last, thanks to these Landonade wind chimes, you can transform that racket into a soothing lullaby that will soon whisk you to dreamland. Let me... Right over there. Right in there. Maybe a little music ball, a little Shangri-La for this will help. Okay, why don't you take him down the hall and prep him? You know, a sun visor is terrific as long as the sun is... A sun visor is terrific as long as the sun is out, but when it gets cloudy, that visor is just an irritating nuisance. The logical all-weather improvement? Well, it's the facial awning. Now, don't you think one of these is worth at least a half a dozen pea forks? All right, let's just move right on. Oh, this is kind of nice here. Clean these peas off. All right. You know, collectors are excited by this new international doll set, this limited edition cheap floozies of the world collection. Look at the beautiful handcrafted detail in each doll. Here we have the USA's Carnival Midway Girl. Here is the Hong Kong Barfly. This is the Amsterdam Novelty Shop Clerk and the Jet Set's own Saint-Tropez Trash. Display them with pride. They're sure to become family heirlooms. All right. Do we have some more? Oh, good. We have one more. You know, is this going to work? Oh, good. Now, let me explain something to you. This is our last one. So you... No, oh, God. So you know this one's really going to be funny. Here we go. Any good carpenter will tell you that nothing insulates a house against the harsh winter wind better than blowing vermiculite pellets, like the ones I have here in this container. Well, now you can convert your summer wardrobe to winter clothing utilizing that same technique. Here's how it works. We have the canister, we have the high-pressure hose, we've hooked it up to this man's summer wardrobe, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yes, sir. And the maintenance was simple and quick, wasn't it?
Like that.
All right, then let's turn it on and watch the fun begin. Let me turn it off and we'll see if they're laughing, okay? Oh, yeah. Well, thank you so much for participating. Nice to see you again. Well, there you have another look at some brand new gift items. We have a wonderful show. Not that this hasn't been wonderful already, but Carl Reiner is here and also Patti LaBelle. So come on back, folks. Thank you very much. Good evening, and welcome back to the show. We got a good one tonight. Patti LaBelle is going to be here and is going to be singing with our band. Do you want to tell them what she's going to sing? You want to hold
Or
it?
should we save it?
Let's save it. We better save it.
It's a thrill.
Everything all right with you?
Unbelievable thrill, yes. Now, were you, may I ask a question?
Sure.
Were you invited to Mark Sedaka's cocktail party next week?
Mark Sedaka being an intern on our staff?
That's correct.
Comes in every day, says hello to everyone.
Says hello.
Known and loved by the entire crew?
Yeah.
No.
Son of a very...
No, everyone else got an invitation.
I got one.
You got one, yeah.
You didn't get one?
No, I'll be home watching Kiner's Corner that night, so it's just as well.
Gee, sorry to hear that.
Okay, but a very nice lady from MTV phoned and invited me to the big awards Friday night.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I thought it was very nice.
Are you going to be there?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll be there or not.
Ah. Well, it was nice of them to ask.
It was very sweet of them, but I have a lot of personal problems. Now, it's time now to get out your Phil is the caller there Donahue countdown calendar. Phil is bringing his show to New York City, and it'll be done right from this very building beginning December. I think the first one will be actually telecast sometime in January. Oh, and this one's right across Phil's nose, so let's just cross that one off. Okay, there we go. We're all the way up to 12. You know, I'm starting to look forward to doing this now. When I get up in the morning, I think, oh, boy, get to cross off another day. Let's get on with the damn show, shall we? Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's always a pleasure to welcome this man to our program. According to his official biography now, he is an actor. He is a writer, a producer, director, and raconteur. His latest film is entitled All of Me. Please welcome Carl Reiner. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Have a seat, sir. Nice to see you. I always look forward to your visits. Thank you very much for finding time in your busy schedule to being here.
Is this going to be one of those interviews again?
Do whatever you want. What do you don't like something?
No, you know, it's this configuration. You sitting there and me sitting here.
You don't care for that?
I have to look back. I throws my head out. Excuse me. We're going to conduct it. It'll be an interview like it always is, but you mind? You mind? I think this is going to be better. It's going to be better. The interview will be more interesting.
All right.
Be more interesting. Would you, for $1, would you let me have your seat? Okay.
$1?
Yeah, I don't know how long. Okay. Okay. No, you stay where you are. Stay there. No, if you come up. Oh.
Hi, come on down.
Okay.
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 Right over here.
That's all right. Okay. Okay. Now, if you will put your hand on his back, I will answer the questions and his mouth will move.
Now, what is your name?
Jerry Byer.
Where are you from, Jerry?
Originally Wisconsin.
Originally Wisconsin. What part of Wisconsin?
Slinger, Wisconsin.
Slinger, Wisconsin?
It's about 30 miles northwest of Milwaukee.
Wait a second.
Carl, have you ever heard of Slinger, Wisconsin?
He made it up.
Could I see some identification, please?
Well, it's going to be Dallas identification.
Oh, Dallas identification. Yeah. From Slinger, you moved to Dallas?
Right.
What took you to Dallas? What took you to Dallas?
got out of school and got a job.
Excuse me, just a minute. Yes,
No,
Carl?
no. I was thinking I might help out, but this may be very good. I mean, I'll just jump in when there's time to plug my picture, but up to now, I like what's happening. I'm with the crowd. I'm with people. You know something? I think, no. David learned from this. In this case, it doesn't work as well, but sometimes when you have really boring guests, it might be very well to go in the audience and do this. Right now, we don't need it because I'm never boring. And he's very good, but he's not as good as I would be if I were there. I hope I can come back. I hope I'm allowed back.
Oh, sure.
Can I come back?
Yeah, we'll get to you just as we want to update Jerry.
Okay.
Right. We'll update Jerry.
Okay.
Anything you want to get in here?
Leave me enough time.
All right. Now, all I want to do... Now, what did you do in Dallas?
I work for Merrill Lynch now.
And so you're still in Dallas or you came to New York?
For training. We came up here for a month for training.
Oh, training. One of those deals, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I tell you what, Jerry, why don't you move over? If Carl wants to rush back down here, we'll need a space for him.
As a matter of fact, no, I'm not rushing back down. It worked nicely because we all got to know him. We saw that he made some money. Now
he made a buck. Did you give him a buck?
No, wait just a second. He made a buck. But he is very interesting. He's better looking than I am. There's a possibility of a two-shot. I don't need this man. I'll give you another buck to get out of here. I mean, who needs that? Get back up there.
This could be good.
No. And don't delay and don't say goodbye. Just go.
Jerry, nice to see you.
Don't shake hands. Don't shake hands. Just get out of here.
I can't believe you gave him $2.
$2.
One of the wealthiest men in all of show business, $2.
But he became a star, and he's getting over $400 from you guys for being on this show.
Now let's does he get paid for that?
Does he get paid for that?
Will Jerry get paid for that? No, Jerry will not get paid for that.
He gets $2.
Yes,
Jerry, come here. 1 second. I'm not kidding. Come back.
Give him.
Here's 10 Canadian dollars. That's from Canada. Where are they good? In the whole top half of this hemisphere. Take it. Go to your bank and you'll get about $8 for that. Now get out of here. Okay, you got $12.
He was awfully pretty street smart for a guy from Slinger, Wisconsin, wasn't he?
I know. You would think that we planned that. I didn't know we were going to get such a hip guy.
Yeah. Speaking of hip guys,
yes.
what is this raconteur?
I don't know who put that in. I never said raconteur.
I don't even know what it means exactly.
Well,
what is a raconteur?
It's a French word for a person who tells stories well. And I never said I was a raconteur. I must have raconted someplace, and somebody noticed it and said, well, you must be a raconteur.
Pretty good at that.
I don't know how they got into the biog.
Yeah. Well, now, were you in France recently?
Yes, and I wasn't recounting there at all.
What were you doing? What were you doing in France?
I was trying to eat the whole south of France off the map, and I succeeded. I gained 9 pounds in 6 weeks.
You went there for a vacation and just ate yourself silly?
Yes, I took a 6-week vacation, my wife and I, in the south of France, used a lot of the French we learned in high school and the Army, and you learn something every time. The first thing, if you ever go to France and you learn droit is right and gauche is left, and then you ask a direction, and you don't know that tout droit means straight ahead. So I asked the directions the first time I was there. I said, how do you go? He says, tout droit. So tout droit means go straight ahead. I took the first right. And landed in Belgium. I mean, I continue to go. So that's the first lesson I'm going to give you, and that's all we'll talk about French.
Oh, you don't want to talk anymore?
No.
What's the best?
No, I'll talk about French lesson.
Okay, but just do this for me. What's the one best French phrase you have that you can just, in any trouble, get right to?
Merci would be the best. That's kind. But you mean you want me to speak French to show that I can really speak French?
The things you found yourself...
Je vous parle avec vous maintenant. Vous êtes un gentilhomme. J'aime beaucoup de faire votre présentation parce que vous avez une grande présentation. Vous êtes un des premiers comédiens du monde. You are one of the great comedians in the world.
Now, was that actual French?
That was actual French.
Well, that's very impressive.
Now I can do unactual French.
Yeah, all right, well, let's do a commercial, and Carl will come back and do some phony French for us. We'll be right back. Hi there, welcome back. Carl Reiner is here. Carl recently directed All of Me, film with Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin.
Yes.
And which I saw Monday and really enjoyed. And I'll say to you what I said to Lily about the line in there to look for is, give Big Ed some air. I don't know what else we can say about the line.
I think they'll find out.
Now, this is the jacket.
This is my official promotion jacket for All of Me. I bought it, not to do that, but I wore it on one show a few weeks ago, and they said, boy, that's a handsome jacket.
Very nice looking
And I
jacket.
decided to wear it any place I'm talking about All of Me. I've worn it on the Today Show. I've worn it live at 5. I've been all over Canada wearing it. So people are going to think I did 1,000 interviews in one day.
Yeah.
Because it's the same tie, the same, different shirt, same shirt, but laundered. The underwear different, socks different. But otherwise, I'm going on Carson next week, and then Merv Griffin, and you will see this jacket, this tie, and people will go crazy if they didn't watch this show and get the explanation.
Was there any special reason you selected it in the beginning, or is this just
No, I got
happenstance?
heavy in France, and it's the only jacket that fit. Is the truth of the matter.
So you really did just eat in France?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing to do when you're there. Now, what, aside from promoting the film, while you're in New York,
Well, the truth is,
what are you doing
I
here?
wouldn't have come to New York to promote the film, but I missed the polynose season in California. You know what the pug nose and the polynose season is? It's those things that fall out of the trees. I don't know if it's an elm or maple tree, but those things that float down.
Oh, the seed pods that kind of helicopter down.
And I've missed them for 15 years, and I love... the season is not right for me unless you can put one on your nose. I've done it since I'm 2 years old. So I went through Central Park. This is absolutely the truth. I went through Central Park. Truth. Nobody gave me. This is not a prop. It wasn't invented. And I don't even know if these are going to work because I picked them up 2 days ago, and they may be dry. But these are the polynose, and I thought that just for old time's sake, for my days in the Bronx, around my neighborhood, there were these polynoses, and we used to stick them on our noses. And I don't know if this is going to stick. Yeah, see? Would you want to try one?
Well,
Would you want to try one? Should I open it for you?
could you do one for me?
Yes, I can open.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that...
You know,
they're
you're
not too
lucky
good.
if you wear that in public. You're lucky if somebody doesn't come up and swat that for you. The hell is that?
Well, you know, I don't know if it'll work for people from the Midwest.
You know, I've never done this. We used to have these things tumbling down back in Indiana, and I never...
knew you two can do
In
this.
fact, my mom said, Dave, whatever falls out of the sky, don't put it on your nose. Kind of an old Midwestern...
You see how people are frightened of myths? Oh, this is a good one. This is a sticky one. This will stay with you for a week. Here. We'll be the only... Oh, you know something?
It's a tiny little
This
one
may
here.
be the only show in the history of television where had the major... a major host... You know, as I'm looking here, as I see myself, you see, you're a silly man. You know, you do comedy, but I have 3 children. I have awards. I've lectured in colleges, and I'm considered venerable. I'm considered a serious venerable person. I worry about the state of the world. I really do. I worry about the atom bomb. I worry about nuclear. I worry about pollution, waste. I worry about a political situation. I worry about the problems with the two major powers. And here I am sitting like this and feeling very comfortable.
Well, that's good.
I mean, there's something wonderful about
You know what?
me.
I think these might also be... they might be good for given to long-haul truckers to keep them awake on those...
It is all... It's all... Oh, you be very careful. What I don't like to happen is happening with you. Some people can't wear them. You see, some people concentrate on them and they start getting cross-eyed. So be very careful not to do that.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, this is an unexpected delight, this thing here.
I knew you'd enjoy it.
This is like sleeping in a tent with a hole on it, and you wake up and you get stuff on your face in the morning. Now, we have some of your film.
You know, and let's not mention this again, because there are some people who've gone to the bathroom, haven't seen us put it on, and they'll wonder what's wrong with their sets.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just keep them on.
So, now, the film All of Me, when is the thing open, by the way?
It opens on the 21st of September, all over the country, about 1,100 theaters.
Lily Tomlin,
Steve Martin, Victoria Tennant, Richard Libertini,
great cast.
Dana Alcar. There's somebody who knows everybody.
Or someone just returning from the bathroom, I think is what that is.
And I never like to talk about reviews unless they're very good.
Okay, we got to look at the film here first, then you can talk about it. That's very funny.
What's marvelous, you know, you have the most perceptive audience in the world. You were laughing, and we didn't set up the premise. We foolishly didn't tell you that Lily Tomlin hopes to live another life after she dies, and she wants her soul transferred into a beautiful woman's body.
Yeah.
And instead, it accidentally goes into a lawyer's body, which is Steve Martin.
He's very funny doing that.
Yes,
very
but
funny.
isn't it amazing? Did you know that, or why were you laughing? You did know that.
I did know that.
Oh, but you're very bright anyway.
Listen, Carl, I appreciate you coming by in your sport coat and also bringing by these nose deals here.
By the way, I'm going to leave these noses for those of you out there.
What a generous man.
I want the Springer guy to get at least two of them.
Sure.
Get a couple of them.
All right, we'll come back anytime.
Yes.
Nice to see you again. Carl Reiner, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, stay right there. We'll be right back at your station at the end of the game. Thank you, folks. Later in the show tonight, Patti LaBelle will be here tomorrow. On this program, you'll be able to see Roger Daltrey, comedian Larry Miller, and medical gossip columnist Ruth Nathan Anderson. She'll be here tomorrow. I believe she also signed the Declaration of Independence. She's a what? She's a medical gossip columnist? She writes gossip about surgery people have had? Oh, this will be great. So that'll be tomorrow, and she'll tell you all you want to know about the surgery of the stars, I guess. And that'll be Ruth Nathan Anderson, or words to that effect. Well, you know, television gives so darn much, and in return asks so little. The least we as responsible viewers can do is stay informed and up to date. With that in mind, we have prepared the following quiz on the upcoming fall television season. Let's get right to it, shall we? Do you have music for this, Paul, or not? Yeah, do you have anything to go?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Here comes the music that goes with the quiz. Wasn't that for Dave's record collection also? Oh, that was
This one was That's Impossible by Perry Como.
Oh, okay.
Dave's record collection theme is Till the End of Time, based on a show.
Well, let's hear a little of that.
Till the end of...
Yeah. It's the same thing. Oh, okay, it is different. All right.
Two different things.
Well, obviously, we don't have time for no damn quiz, so... No, we do, and it's going to be a good one. We're off to a good start. Here's question number 1. Total these up at home. We'll come by tomorrow to get the scores. In Bonanza, and then Little House on the Prairie, and now Highway to Heaven, the one constant element in Michael Landon's television performances has been A, his boyish charm, B, his manly courage, C, his girlish bouffant. Question number 2. ABC executives decided to title one of their new shows People Do the Craziest Things because A, it perfectly describes the show, B, it sounds bright and energetic, C, it was late and they wanted to go home. In Jessie, by the way, I don't think this is on yet, but it's my new favorite show, this one right here. In Jessie, Lindsay Wagner plays Dr. Jesse Hayden, a police psychiatrist whose chief asset is A, compassion, B, knowledge of the criminal mind, C, incredible bionic powers. Question number 4. This season, Elliot Gould is taking time off from his movie career to star in the sitcom ER. Which of Gould's contract demands did CBS agree to? A, private dressing room, B, chauffeured limousine, C, gets to keep any loose change he finds around the set. Number 5, if you were president of NBC, what would you schedule opposite Dallas? A, a fast-paced comedy, B, a two-fisted drama, C, a tax write-off. Number 6, what will be the most provocative question raised by Aftermash this season? A, is it tough for any Army medic to adjust to civilian life? B, should a doctor become emotionally involved with his patients? C, is there anything else on? Number 7, star of Cover-Up, John Eric Hexum, has the physique of Jack LaLanne and the acting ability of A, Laurence Olivier, B, a John Gielgud, C, a Jack LaLanne. Number 8, what is the major difference between the shows Twilight Zone and Silver Spoons? A, Twilight Zone had a new cast each week. B, a host introduced each episode of Twilight Zone. C, Twilight Zone only occasionally featured the adventures of hideous mutants. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Well, this brings us to number 9, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready with the music, Paul. This fall, you'll see bitter, resentful people with real grievances on A, People's Court, B, 60 Minutes, C, at the NBC affiliates meeting. Oh, thanks, Paul. That's lovely. I'll have another drink, ma'am, if I could, please. I tell you what, we'll be right back with Patti LaBelle. From her days with Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells to her current sold-out solo show at the Gershwin Theater here in New York, my next guest has remained one of the most exciting performers in popular music. She is making her film debut in A Soldier Story, which opens nationally on September... I don't know what it is. It opens nationally September 28th. Please welcome Patti LaBelle.
Give it a go.
folks. Very nice. Well, you sound terrific. You sound unbelievably great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here. Now, tell me, what happened to your dress? Did something go goofy with it?
Every time I sing that song, my dress comes apart.
Well, now, what part of it actually let go on you?
Just the hook in the back of the neck. And I mean, I'm singing about, a lady like that, but it's not my movie. I'm not that kind of girl.
It's not my movie.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that the dress comes loose when I sing that song.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. But,
Sort of a mind of its own, eh?
yeah. I'm sure when Larry made it, he didn't mean for it to come loose, but I'm such a
When you
long
said when
person.
Larry made it?
Larry Lagasse.
Larry. Now, let me ask you, you used to, correct me if I'm wrong, and I guess you will, and why not? It's America.
I have to correct you if you're wrong.
Didn't you used to appear in giant feathers and stuff?
Outrageous drag.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And what was and you were really the first to do, I almost said peculiar clothing, but it was...
No, very peculiar clothing. Larry Lagasse was our designer then, and he still designs for me.
Yeah.
And he's very outrageous. He has a very outrageous mind. We had a very outrageous mind. We had very outrageous minds. And we still do. And I think that you have to come out and entertain the eye as well as the ear.
Well, you do that.
And we try to do that.
Now, this is, but I guess by some of the comparison to the early ones, this is pretty sedate, isn't it?
Sure,
Yeah,
it is, because the other things, they had, like just a big feathered capes with the cabling up on the neck, and you could hardly move, but you look cute.
You look good.
You look real cute, but you would have to stand like this. But after a while, I started taking that stuff off.
Yeah. They were fire hazards as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were in a lot of trouble.
I was.
Tell me about the show. It opened last night, right?
It opened last night at the Gershwin Theater for a week, and it's 8 shows in the week, and I've been asked to come back in January.
Oh, that's great.
3 weeks, and I am.
And you said you're on stage the full 3 hours, is that
It's
right?
an evening with Patti LaBelle, and that you get 3 hours, Patti LaBelle, and my band. And I'm going to say your band is wonderful. My musical director was over there, Bud Ellison, playing with your band. Yeah. And they're wonderful, my band. And it's my band, myself, my singers, and some surprises, like, an orchestra and some other things.
Oh, you can't tell us a surprise.
I want to tell you.
Tell us a surprise.
I don't know if I should.
Tell him.
No, David.
If it's, well, no, see, if it's sold out already, right?
Yes, but I have to go to Philadelphia. And it's shown in Philadelphia and in Baltimore and in L.A.
Get some new surprises. Get some new surprises for Philadelphia.
You going to help me out with the money to pay for these new surprises?
Oh, money, sure.
Huh? Well, to get new surprises, you have to pay for them.
Every afternoon, NBC, the money truck comes by and they, how much you need, boys? They just start peeling it off. Yes, sir.
They do that? Do they really? No, I'll tell you later, but I just can't. I love surprises.
It's a great show, though. It's a terrific show.
Well, we've gotten great reviews.
Yeah.
And it's a very entertaining show, and I enjoy singing for 3 hours. I would love to do 4 hours every night, but I can't.
Now, when you go out on the road, and you're out on the road now, you're going to Philadelphia, Baltimore, L.A., and all that stuff, do you still cook for yourself and your friends?
I cook for my band and my road crew and everybody. They come, after the show, they'll come to the room, not every night, but whenever I cook, and that's, whenever I can.
Yeah, and how do you do that? How are you able to cook in a hotel room?
I usually get a suite, and sometimes the suites don't have kitchens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, stoves. They'll have a wet bar or something, and I'll bring them a hot plate. I have a double burner hot plate, and I have a oven.
My mouth is watering already.
And I have a little oven that I carry
now,
with me.
what can you do on a hot plate? Soup?
Honey.
You just heat up soup?
No, I cook Italian foods. I cook all of
Really?
like the soul food that I cook. I cook. I get greens, and I have this pail that I carry that's really clean.
Yeah.
And I take the greens and wash them. And I get the chicken and wash it, and I'll go to the fish market, and get live lobsters, and I have a big lobster pot.
Oh, so you're cooking. You're really cooking.
Oh, I cook everything, because room service is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so expensive and so nasty and so dirty.
But it's supposed to be that way.
I guess it is.
No, I mean, if you think about it, I stayed in a hotel a while back in a city.
Mm-hmm.
In a city, no, it was near a farm. We ordered room service for breakfast, and it was like $600.
I know.
And it was just gelatinous glop in a bowl.
I know.
Which is what it said on the menu. So at least it's matched up. But they do it, that's all they want you to have.
I know.
They don't want to make it any better.
And that's exactly what you get.
Well, that's a great solution, but that's a lot of work doing all that cooking.
Oh, no, it relaxes me. Cooking really relaxes me.
Was it 1966, you had a piano player who, does this ring a bell with you?
1966.
1966, you're a piano player, and you were touring overseas or in England?
Oh, in England.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it was when I was with Sarah Dash and Nona Hendricks and Cindy Birdsong. That was the Bluebell.
Yeah, the Bluebell.
And we were performing in London, and we had a backup band, and we didn't know, well, when you get there, you just have a band. And in the band, there was a guy named Reggie.
So they supplied, the group was already there? Yeah, okay.
And his name was Reggie Dwight. I know him as something else now. And he was our piano player. And so we would play cards, and I would cook at the flat because we had a flat, and they would all come back. And we would play cards, and I would win all of his little money. We were making $2, and they were making about $1.
Yeah.
And I would take all of his money. And so anyway, when he came to Philadelphia, he called me and said, Patty, could you come and see me? I said, who is this? He said, it's Reggie. You know, he said his whole name. I said, well, what are you doing in Philly? He said, I'm performing at the Spectrum. I said, who are you with? He said, I'm Elton John. So I thought it was so wonderful.
Yeah.
Reggie is now Elton John.
Now Elton John.
And
another success story.
Yeah.
You sound great. We got to do a commercial, Patty. We'll be right back, folks. Okay, we're out of time. Patty, thanks again.
Thank you
and
too,
congratulations on your show.
Thank
it's
you very
terrific.
much.
We got to go. My thanks also to Carl Reiner. Tomorrow, Roger Daltrey, Larry Miller, and